outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone.
You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G. Got what you need. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin G. Discussing that heat in the street, and we got just what you need on vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone. I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G. Got what you need. Vitamin G. Got
All
what you need.
alone.
Vitamin G. Ay. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G. Got what you need. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin G. Tryna run the town. Tell no duck when they hear that sound. How they gon' come up now? Heavy as the head that'll wear that crown. I'm going pound for pound. And if it's about smoke, then we talk all of that. From an ounce to a pound. Check it, they biting this now. Cause my drip right up the seat. How could they be? Give me a couple of rounds. Cause I'm a beast when I'm on vitamin G. You see this start crumbling now. Mad struck, start mumbling now. Get the gist, I ain't reaching for cloud. Plot twist, I'm the one with the keys. Clock blitz, know they look how I freeze. Different continents, I be torn. We living life, making yours look boring. See, we win at the end, it's a spoiler warning. Cause I keep heating up, I might blow the whole planet. They calling me toxic like global warming. But they keep tuning in once again and again. I'm the one at the top, just to form a warning. Truly, I'm De Niro when it come to movies. Get De Niro, entertain the groupies. Habanero if you come pursue me. But I hop on the gang, too busy rolled up whenever my girl getting moody. Link up with the gang, we all go insane. Catching them bills on the duty. I'm in Stixie, I'm locked in. Bought a box, I was like 10. Back then, used to box, nowadays they ain't throwing hands. Mama said we got more advanced. One thing about me, I adapt, bought a Glock fin. Keep me safe from the block in. The game kept me off the block. Ain't got flex about looting my Ruger. I can shit on you with my computer. See my graphics card costs more than your damn job can afford to pay you. And my monitor, big as hell, detail, so I can see when I spray you. To reload the clip and record the clip is go all say to that SSD. Know a whole lot of trill game heads like me wanna see tuned into that VGP. Take over the west and the east, and we got just what you need on vitamin G.
Hello. Welcome, everybody. Episode 160 Vitamin D Podcast. It is your host, Pharaoh, and my mic is currently out. But we're going to rock with it. We're going to get it fixed up. But while we're doing that, so far with me, I have my great co-host, the great Nappy Cinch, King of Controllers.
What's going on?
How you been, man? What you been playing? How's your Thanksgiving been?
Thanksgiving was busy. I get to meet my family. I realized I have a lot of nieces and nephews, more than I realized, and they all got mobile controllers from me. So basically, they're all
the Super Razor Kishi joint.
No, not the Kisha V2. I got them. Hey, look, I ain't balling. I got like a lot of nieces and nephews. They got.
You get for free though, so.
I didn't get them for free. They got these like Bluetooth, but these like bullshit cheap like Bluetooth controllers for mobile phones because my nieces and nephews be playing all Roblox, Fortnite on their phones. Yeah. I got them into Combat Master, which is like a Call of Duty like game, but it's for mobile and it runs really well on mobile. Great contender to Call of Duty Mobile and Warzone Mobile. They seem to like that. I did do a review on mobile controller, which was the oh man, this is actually getting sad because I'm forgetting the controllers I've been reviewing. I did the Easy SMX M15 controller. I just recently did a review on that controller, and I gave that away to my little brother because I have this G Story controller, which basically performs the same and does everything that the M15 does. And other than that, I think I did have another controller to show you guys. Oh, I do. Got another mobile controller. So if you guys want to see, this is from the company GameSir. The GameSir X3 Pro. So this is a mobile gaming controller with a cooling pad and a cooling fan on it. So it works on all Android devices and iOS, the iPhone 15 and 16. If you want a gaming device that can cool your phone while you're playing games, while charging it, this is probably the controller for you. So I'm working on a review on this. And as far as controller reviews go, I got plenty of controller reviews I gotta do. I'm trying to get as many as done before the year's over with. And honestly, other than that, just been playing Metaphor when I had time to play video games. Metaphor has been my only game, and I am really, really enjoying the story.
It deserves to be your only game. I mean, it is really good. I need to give the game more time. But as far as my intros go, had a good Thanksgiving, a lot of traveling. If you're from On Point for Gamers last night, you heard of my journey through the East Coast, up and down the East Coast during the Thanksgiving holiday. I went to go visit my dad in North Carolina, and then there I went to Georgia to visit my wife's family. Then I went to my dad one more time, where I had to drive all the way back home to Maryland. So it was quite a bit of driving. Definitely, definitely enjoyed the family. But as a result of the 20 hours that I lost, 20 gaming hours.
See, this is why you need like a mobile gaming controller, something like
Well,
this,
I'm doing all the
or
driving.
this,
I'm doing all the driving.
not, or this, or not while driving, of course, but when I'm just saying,
I don't got
y'all sleeping on mobile?
I don't got
Y'all
the whole
sleeping on
Tesla
mobile?
auto drive.
I want to trust that, man.
I don't know.
Oh
I don't know
god.
if the Fed's watching, but it's 100 up, 100 down. When I'm on, I ain't trying to be out there.
I'm gonna say I want to test Tesla Drive, and I mean that Tesla truck's already facing some major backlashes. It turns out electric vehicles don't do good in the winter, and Tesla truck is no different.
Yeah, I mean,
And there's actually some design flaws that people are figuring out about the Tesla truck.
I would never buy it.
Yeah.
My wife's like, oh, that's not a fan. The one thing that made me not a fan of Tesla is that because everything's proprietary, it's not just
Mm-hmm.
anybody can work on it. And
You can't even work on your vehicle.
and Tesla does not really a lot of repair. Like if you get into a car accident, in a lot of cases, regular mechanic. That's stay away from that. There's a lot of great electric cars out there. I'll pay Tesla, man. Might as well go ahead and get me that Cadillac Lyric, uh, all electric. I mean,
Yeah.
there's other options.
I mean,
If you want to go full electric, there's other options. You don't have to Tesla based on whatever your favorite car brand is, they have an electric option. I think Escalade's coming out with electric. I think even if like you're a pickup truck, if you got for HD all electric, got a bunch of different. And you know who's gonna have all the information on the electric option? That's your boy Nappy. What's the update on Nappy? That's yes. What's the update there? Because they have cars there. They have the electric cars at the.
So I was debating about it. So they did came back with an offer, and there's a chance I might turn it down because I ain't gonna lie, they're not offering me enough to travel all the way out to Vegas to work at a panel.
Oh, so they didn't offer you any. They didn't offer you no like.
Nah, just it was like a flat rate, and I ain't gonna lie. Flight from Maryland to Vegas and back plus a hotel, I might be going in the negative coming back.
I mean, oh yeah, you wouldn't make any money on the trip. You would make connections. I mean, if the connections are worth it.
I mean, I thought I was thinking about it, but then I was thinking like, if I'm going to be losing money in this process, I'd rather just spend my own money, just go there and actually be able to do whatever the hell I want in that convention. So I don't know. Plus but they did say they're changing up some of their terms and conditions about working the panel. So I was like, you know what? Sure, just do whatever you guys are doing. Let me know if you guys have a better offer. Because I ain't gonna lie, it was like the no hotel, no flight thing. I was like,
they should at least get a hotel and flight. That's not.
I wondered if they did my hotel room, I would pay for my own flight. That's
All that's tax write off.
Yeah, so
Damn.
that's what I was saying when it was just like a flat rate per day, and then I added up the days I would actually be at the booth working and the hours I'll be there and stuff. I was just like, wait, you're only making me pay me this much for a booth. It was like less than $1,000 a day or something. I was like, a 4-day trip or 5-day trip to Las Vegas is like that
You
easily can get.
get round trip. About
Yeah, but also hotel and stuff, and especially in the area because that CES convention is like it's not like it's like 3 or 4 different buildings long,
yeah.
and the blocks are really
You want
big.
and
So
you
I was
want to
just
be on the Vegas trip.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Especially if they expect for me to be there at a certain time to work a booth and stuff, and I'm like, okay, you guys got to do better with accommodations, and they don't want to do accommodations like that. So I was like, I don't know. But then they say, oh, we're going to be updating our terms and we're working on, so we'll let you know if anything changes. And I'm like,
Your boy
I'll
Pharaoh,
see what happens. You guys waited till after Black Friday too, so them sales, like all them flight sales, hotel reservation sales are gone now.
well, actually, the
So
best time to buy best time to buy electronics is actually present.
it is. No, I was talking about like flights and hotel.
Oh yeah.
All those deals have went away, so I'm just like, all right, you guys definitely now going to have to up
No,
your
if you
scale.
if you cop Spirit,
Oh
it
god, he
might be
says Spirit.
it might be 50,
Well,
it might be 50 there and back.
I mean,
Careful.
I'm gonna take. I'm a down like a quarter jug of moonshine, put my face mask on, and just sleep.
Hey, they might charge you to sleep. One thing people don't tell you about Spirit is like everything is a la carte. That's why everything's so cheap. Like everything else, as you add your things on comment.
Yeah, so but yeah, I'm trying. But yeah, I mean, it's a little. It was kind of exciting, but then it was kind of disappointing, like how much they were trying to like lowball me,
Yeah.
especially after I did a review for them, and they said my review was very helpful and they really liked it. And I'm like, well, I mean, you guys got a full review, thumbnail, editing, gameplay. I'm about to start charging these companies more money for these reviews. I got a decent portfolio at this point. That's like one of my 2025 YouTube things is.
Well, you got to go beyond YouTube. You got to start doing TikTok. Short.
I am going to down. I am going to download TikTok. I did say that was one of the things I'm gonna do. TikTok and I'm gonna do Bloop.
Even I think Facebook
Yeah,
Shorts. I think Facebook Shorts go to Instagram and
yeah.
it's like a
I,
double whammy.
I was gonna make I was gonna make a separate Instagram for Nappy Senshi. So Nappy Senshi is gonna have his own Instagram on TikTok. It already got Blue Sky. I'm still gonna keep my X account, even though it turns out X doesn't like it when you post links onto their platform because it does. If you post a YouTube link, it's going to downplay your post because it wants you to stay on X as much as possible. That's Elon. That's Elon Musk said that himself, and I was just like, that's stupid.
That's on that work. Elon on. That's why we on the Skyline. That's what we on Blue Skies. Hop on over to the Sky. Get on the Skyline. Off the time.
It's actually not bad. I was surprised.
It's Twitter all over again. It's a car.
It's like it's the beginning of Twitter at that.
Yeah, it's Twitter when Twitter was. So,
I can agree.
come on over to the Skyline. Just don't bring all that
Blue
toxic,
Sky.
Don't bring all that
Blue
toxic
Sky.
shit. Which I said the Skyline.
Oh yeah.
We don't call it the timeline over there. We call it the Skyline.
Oh yeah, that is true. They do call it the Skyline.
Yeah, don't bring it. Don't come to the Skyline with that bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like it might just be a little nappy Pharaoh show. So with that being said, we're gonna jump right into what's in your mind. And I know Nappy has something in particular that was on mind that we were talking about in the group chat. I'm gonna let him kick it all, kind of talk.
Yes, because I'm the only PC gamer in the group,
You're
even
not the
though
only PC gamer. I'm a
not
fraudulent PC gamer. I have a rig. I play console games on my PC, but I'm not like not like.
I mean, yeah, Omar, he got a gaming PC too, but he's mainly a PS5 guy.
He's a fraudulent. we're the fraud PC gamers over here. We got the rigs so that we can play our console games on the PC. Not really in the centric games. We're not using keyboard and mouse yet. We're just, we're,
You'd be surprised. We're damn near at 50% of PC players using controllers now.
yeah, because that's
For FPS games, it makes sense. I ain't
for
gonna lie.
FPS games, because you get so accurate with the mouse, I get that part. But even still, not gonna lie, I don't like.
That's understandable. So anyway, since a lot of people probably don't know, and a lot of a lot of console gamers don't know, Intel, the underdog in the GPU wars, has announced their 2 new GPUs, and this architecture is called Battle Mage. Unlike Nvidia and AMD, they actually using the naming schemes of Dungeon and Dragons warrior classes. The first one was called Alchemist. This generation is called Battle Mage, and we don't know what C, D, E, and F are going to be called. I can't even think of a class that begins with C besides Commando.
Okay.
So, so these 2 GPUs are going to be called the Intel Arc B580 and Intel Arc B570. The B580 card is going to be the one card that has 12 gigabytes of GDDR6. Yes, I said GDDR6, not GDDR6X. It's disappointing. I know. Slightly disappointed myself.
So it could be
And
more along the lines of a AMD card.
Well, yeah, so it's kind of like this. It's like the whole industry is shifting because of Intel. And then there's also the B570, which is a 10 gigabyte card. So it turns out that the one thing about this Battle Mage series of these GPUs is that the B580 is listed for $250 and the B570 is listed for $220.
That's really cheap. But cost to performance. What is cost to performance?
Well, so basically, if you guys don't know the rules when it comes to new PC hardware, there's always Intel, AMD, and Nvidia are always going to do this, where they're going to have their first reviews are going to showcase their graphics cards into the and then on a scale saying that this one beats this performance. So far, the performance does look good. It looks like it is a really good entry level for 1080p gaming for the B570, and they even are using the B580 is a 1440p card, which for not every game, but for some games you could play 1440p. So I'm like, it's looking pretty interesting. They do have it supports ray tracing, does have some AI upscaling technology, which is Intel's own AI upscaling technology. So now we got 3 competitors trying with upscaling technology that they're working on. Especially it's called XESS2, and then they also have their low latency technology as well with the upscaling technology. So it hasn't gotten into the hands of consumers yet and YouTubers to review, because that's what you really want to see. But this is actually a really good thing for PC gamers, because now we can start building those $400, $500 rigs now again with these graphics cards.
Yeah,
and even though they're, what are you saying?
What I was going to ask you, what card would correlate that's current card?
So say for instance, so when I say 1080p cards, Nvidia RTX 4060, which is funny because of the B580 is at 250, it has more VRAM than the 4060, but the 4060 has faster VRAM. So that's going to be a good comparison. And also going for on AMD side, I want to see the 6700.
So nothing's gonna
No, so what Intel is doing is that they're going on a budget end.
Okay.
It's like Nvidia is like premium, AMD is mid, Intel is budget. And AMD is doing, Intel's doing what AMD did. AMD is not.
AMD gets in between a 4080 4090 top card. Not not quite a 40.
Well, they're mid now. I'm about to say they're starting to get that mid class. They're no longer like super class. They're not
that's
like
what I'm saying.
premium.
So that's what I'm saying. So like on a on a on a high end, AMD card can kind of fall in that 80, 90, like do a little bit more than a
I
4080, but it can't quite reach
Nothing can do a 4090.
Yeah, it's not gonna reach a 4090. So you're saying that like an Intel card at most it'll be like between a 4060.
Yes, and it's actually possible if this B580 beats the 4060, that actually will make this card a really good. That's a good deal.
So they don't have a card that's gonna be like in between a 4070, 48. Not, like it's a little bit stronger than a 4070, but still falls pretty bad.
So as of right now, no, they are focusing on the budget friendly end, and I think that's actually very smart for Intel.
Yeah, I think it's
It's also fun. It's actually a funny thing. The Intel CEO just also left too, which is also a funny thing. Same day they announced the graphics card.
I just want to give the viewers a little gauge, like if they're interested in dipping their toe in, gaming, where that Intel card will kind of.
So, like I said, we need to see reviewers some metrics because, again, like I said before, Intel, AMD, and NVIDIA, every time they show performances and charts, just know that it's in their controlled environment and is skewed in their favor.
Yeah, but then also another thing that we got to factor in, like they're going to be showing like titles versus like are the drivers and everything there.
Yeah, so I think they guaranteed 8 upcoming games that they have drivers for, that they guarantee that the graphics card is going to work for. So, I mean, I honestly, skew stuff. PlayStation and Microsoft with their Xbox, they do the same thing. The PlayStation 5 Pro was skewed performance numbers, and people figure that out. So,
we knew that. If you got a PS5, I warned all of them, including Jubei, who like the first
the PlayStation Prince.
Yeah. You also got a PSVR.
I saw that.
Tell you guys about it. And the funny part is he thought he was going to use it for PC gaming. I was like, oh, it doesn't have PS5.
No, it runs directly off your PC. It just acts as a input.
Yeah, but I tell y'all, man, it's a beta box. It really is. That PSSR technology is the consumer is gonna have to work the place. Not gonna be not like last generation where they just made more powerful hardware for developers and they were able to force the game better. The case from so you knew what you were buying.
Yeah, people love to do what they love to do. It's gonna be PlayStation Prince, if he comes on tonight. It's gonna be
Well, he's on
that's gonna
be he's on a different time.
So anyway, back basically main thing is Intel announced 2 new GPUs, the B580 and the B570, which actually I believe came out today. So
you can buy it right now?
One graphics, actually no, I take that back. So the B580 comes out December 13th. So it comes out next week, the day after Game Award show, and the B570 comes out January 2025.
That's not bad.
So, but again, the B580 has 12 gigabytes of GDDR6 and $250. It's a 190 watt card. It's all because Intel's aiming for a budget and power efficiency. So
you can make a PC,
$500 PC builds with these Intel cards.
A $500 that is going to be more powerful.
Well, that's not actually not that hard. You guys still stuck on RDNA too.
I'm just saying.
We're
No,
I'm about to.
we've been having this debate literature of
I
can you build a console more powerful than PS5 Pro for $700? With this
yeah.
Intel card,
I
yeah.
mean, these people have been also don't realize that the PlayStation 5 doesn't play anything at native 4K. It downscales it to 900p and then upscales it to 4K. But hey, nobody wants to talk about that.
And so if you want a PC that's more powerful than your Xbox, PlayStation,
Mm. And plus,
pretty
and
good.
plus,
Not the Intel is an option.
yeah, plus Intel actually even though the Alchemist had a terrible launch, they really upped the stakes with driver supports and everything. The Intel the Alchemist series was actually pretty decent. After at the end of it, it was really rough for their first time ever releasing GPUs, but once they start getting their drivers out, performance starts improving, and people were realizing Intel's actually in this GPU game. So
Yeah.
the Battle Mage, people are excited for the Battle Mage. They excited about the price because we need more competition. Intel and AMD is trying to fuck us like more ways, 5 different ways with all these new prices for all these graphics cards. So
What really turned the market crazy crypto.
yeah, and it's going to happen again. We already know it.
Like prices high. So now if you have a competitor like that people go to happen, it does. Maybe it entices to 50, 90. Well, I don't think it's gonna get lower than that. Maybe right now,
He's out.
that 50,
Well,
that 50, 90 grand without just
yeah, Nvidia. Well, Nvidia. Honestly, their DLSS technology is still number one. You can't beat it, unfortunately.
yeah.
But it's nice to know that Intel is coming in with the budget friendly, and AMD just kind of like, oh, well, we big enough, and we don't have to be budget friendly anymore. So, but nah, that's it all on my mind.
That's what's on your mind segment. I mean, I will say I do like that anime that's hit Netflix. Every and
Don da don. Oh, Dan. Yeah, Don da don. Dan
Dan
da
da
Dan.
Dan, Dan
Yeah.
da Dan, however you
I
want to
I
pronounce it.
I only watched the first 2 episodes so far, so I still got to catch up. But it's actually really good.
Yeah,
It was on Crunchyroll.
it starts off a little wonky, but
Oh, trust me, yeah, the redo of the healer. I was scared at first. Goblin Slayer, first episode. I was like, "What you guys trying to do there?" And then it was like, okay, well, it didn't happen.
it starts off wonky. There's a lot of turbulence, as the plane takes off down to the end, but it's smooth sailing. Really, really good show.
Yeah, it's getting there. Again, theme song is hitting. Everyone's loving the theme song.
Did you listen to the English version of the theme song?
Oh, the guy I know, the guy he translated to English, and yeah,
Yeah.
I listened to it. He actually did a good job.
There's a couple people that translate English. Like Game Boy Jones, shout him out. Game Boy Jones, I think he has the best of the John translation. And I think it's on Spotify and whatever. There's preference.
One more thing. Did you watch Arcane? Since you mentioned Netflix.
I have not watched Arcane. You told me that there was an
What?
extra little thing left.
They just put they just put out that was like 2 weeks
When
ago.
they put out the last art.
Yes,
All right.
it's complete now. For season 1 and season 2 is complete.
All right, I'm gonna check it out. I was waiting. I'm patient.
Yeah. Yeah, like that was 2 weeks ago. It's
Look,
good. It is really good. That's all I'm gonna say.
I got Don to Don on Thursdays. I got 1,000 Year Blood War on Saturdays. But I can wait for season to end. I dropped
It's a game of the year contender. Just remember that for best game adaptation.
Oh, Arcane, yeah. I love the first. I loved
Mhm.
So definitely, definitely can't wait to dive back in. When I dive back in, it's been so long. I gotta watch it one.
Hey, that's even better. I already did it. It's
Yeah,
great.
yeah. And also, while we're in here talking about anime, Cyberpunk got renewed.
Yep, a new Cyberpunk cast apparently.
I don't know if it's
Bec-
they announced that it's a new cast. Well, it has to be a new.
well,
It has to be a new
well,
cast.
yeah, because all the Edge runners died.
Well, not all of them.
Oh, well, not all of them. Damn. Well, is that kind of spoil? I mean, that was over 2 years ago.
Yes, one, but two of them lived. Uh, the
Yeah,
one that drove, they can't.
yeah, because they want to explore some of the other Edge runners because there's actually a lot of lore out there.
Well,
Cyberpunk is
well,
littered with
that's
lore.
what I'm saying. Is it confirmed that it's like? Is it a new cast? Like, I say, is it a new cast? Is it a new story, or is it a situation current? I guess that's where I'm going because
Well,
there's theories out there that David survived, but he survived in a sense that he's now um an experiment.
Soul Killer. Just they say that he used his Soul Killer or some other stuff.
Like basically, he's the replacement to Adam Smash. Like
Yeah, people say that they somehow kept his body, and they also somehow was able to use Soul Killer to retain his consciousness, and they wanted to modify it because they realized that he was very resilient to cybertech. I heard about the theory. CD Projekt Red did say though that if they before it got officially renewed, they said that if it does get renewed, that they're going to do a different story because they want to because again, like Night City, best edge runners are known for how they died, and
yeah, but I'm saying
there's
that
a
what I'm saying. Ask have to fight.
that could be possible. That
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it a continuation of the story? I'm not expecting like romance thing where like David back goes. That's not what I'm expecting. And like, David lived like the guy that's like guy that
they
he
haven't
rode
confirmed
with.
that.
I'm saying
They haven't confirmed that, but
that kind of
just
show.
know that
But,
Cyberpunk has a theme where there is no happy endings,
yeah,
and that's in the game DLC and show.
I would love for David. I would
Uh,
hate it. I would love
I mean, I think they can move on from David because I mean, the only way I can see this that they semi soul use Soul Killer on him.
the cyberpunk equivalent of Mountain.
I mean, because he already flatlined. When you flatline, you can't bring someone back from being flatlined. They're not there.
The game, the Mountain of game like basically
Uh,
like killer zombie.
yeah, I mean, I kind of, I guess, but I mean, it wouldn't be David. It'll just be some company using his body. It'll be like Arasaka using his body. So that's the most I can see of that.
I hate him.
I didn't know you hate him. A lot of people say he was a cool
No, I'm
badass.
talking about the
That just
company. I'm
was.
talking about the company.
Oh,
Or
nah, I got you. It's a cool decent concept. I can see that. We'll see. We'll see when season 2 comes out because I mean, Arcane kind of already stole the show for Netflix for game of the year. So I don't think any other game adaptation is going to beat it. Huh.
I tried to start Tomb Raider, kind of off. Haven't. Like,
It's
heard it's not that good.
yeah,
I didn't
Tomb
watch
Raider.
enough. I didn't watch enough to be like it made me fall. I just watched it at night. I don't want y'all to think Raider's bad. I'll make my own judgment, but
He said Tomb Raider's boring.
not what I said.
I
I turned it on. Part that I made it to, she was still running away from the back. Like she hadn't even said a verbal line. Still running away at the time that I fell asleep. I didn't close.
This man knew he was going to go. He was too tired to watch the show, so he put it on just to say he was trying to watch it
Hey,
and
I
then
do
went to
that. I do
sleep.
that. I do that with Gran Turismo. I need something to fall asleep
Dang.
to. On Gran Turismo.
Damn, you don't care about the kid learning how to drive through a video game? God damn, you heard it first, man.
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into these topics. We have stalled and delayed long enough eyes that no one else is coming to say. So let me throw time to
I got 10, 11 on 10,
no,
11,
it's the runtime
10,
of the show.
12.
Runtime of not a,
Oh, my fault. I got
it.
All right.
All right. So PlayStation appears to be in acquisition. So over the past week or so, we've heard details not just PlayStation, Sony's interest in purchasing Kodakawa. And for those who do not know, who have been Twitter sphere or dash anime world, Kodakawa is a big conglomerate that also happens on FromSoft, like Elden Ring, most popular Souls-like games. They're fathers of the Souls-like genre. Um, so big news since that place learned that Sony, like a place bigger than purchase. Sony has been interested in acquiring our about 3 years, and what we learned in the past that game has not gone. Kakawa is acquiring purchase, whereas Sony would like to purchase anime and from. I don't think Kodakawa, but all they want is the entertainment. They don't want anything. Kodakawa. So that's the biggest thing that has been holding it up. There appears to be other shareholders at Kodakawa who are also interested in buying it. Kodakawa's preference that Sony purchase Sony is one of the companies that is Japanese. So Kodakawa's goal is to purchase still remain Japanese. Those Microsoft maybe Kodakawa kind of X. Well that's it. Not sure if Nappy's much but what are your thoughts regarding PlayStation Act?
I can expect that because I mean, if Sony can secure and mainly if from a game standpoint, if Sony can secure FromSoft, basically, they get all the Dark Souls lineups and they're gonna force us to make PlayStation accounts just to play Elden Ring, even though we already purchased it. So
Good angle.
so there it's just yeah, I'm just saying that's how I'm gonna be affected, honestly.
Yeah.
So
But they have what they did with Horizon, like Elden
well,
Ring remastered.
well, I mean, surprisingly, even though I'm glad that I purchased Horizon before they took it off and put it back on, that requires a PSN account. So the PSN account thing, I mean, I think the only reason why we were so rebelled against it so much mainly was because of one, not every single country can play PlayStation games as PlayStation Live, and two, there's really no added benefit to having PlayStation account compared to Xbox accounts. Like Xbox accounts, it makes sense because we got cross save, cross progression. We don't have that with play. We don't have cloud gaming. We don't have that really with PlayStation. Now, if someone has a PS5 and a gaming PC, and you can just like cross save and cross play, where play on my PlayStation, my save data will go to my go on my PC and vice versa, then maybe. But right now, there's really no big incentive for me to have a PlayStation account.
Yeah.
So that's like my biggest thing. Now I don't know if they do crossplay between PlayStation and PC. Haven't really seen too much of that.
I'm not really a fan of but I don't Like
It really doesn't get
I don't think it
it.
gives
There's
you
no.
extra trophies or anything like that.
It doesn't really do anything. It's just it's to us PC players. It's not a necessary account, which is why we're like so against it because it's just like you got to give us something.
And when it
Like
comes
it's
to
already better.
Microsoft, you're not adding. You already have a Microsoft account. Buy it. Most people aren't playing authentic.
That is, yeah. Well, actually, I won't know. That the Steam Deck is changing up the industry. I ain't gonna lie.
It is, but it's not it's still most people who have purchased that their first experience with already have a Microsoft.
Well, yeah. I mean, and plus Microsoft did a pretty good job of making themselves into the gaming industry on the PC side too, where it's you will want to have a
It's like
Microsoft
Google.
account.
It's like Google or Apple forcing you to log into your Apple account, arbitrary login account, arbitrary. It's you're not going to get as many complaints because you're already likely to have one of those accounts just based on the fact that Google's everywhere, Apple's everywhere. Kind of a little different versus like someone that's smaller, like PlayStation really don't have a account.
Yeah,
Really
it's
the only
just
product.
yeah, and plus it's like your games on Steam. You don't. It's like, or I mean, I don't want another storefront. Thank God they didn't go that route. But I mean, the Sony PlayStation account thing is like you got to give us something. Give us a reason other than just to boost your numbers on the PlayStation side. Doesn't make any sense. So I mean, like I said, FromSoft, if they do get it, I do see. I don't think they're gonna like take any games away from PC because if they take a Dark Souls, like the original people who made Dark Souls and Demon Souls from PC, that is his main market. That would just be stupid. So, but it's just all it's going to do is just force us to make PlayStation accounts to play Dark Souls like games now. So that's the downside. That's the only thing I can see from this. And we got a new person here.
Yeah, Jubei finally stuck in. Crying cowboy.
Ooh.
How's it going, Jubei? How you been? How's your
It was cool. It was nice to see my family. I went out of town for a little bit.
so already on the PlayStation topic? Kind of talked about you a bit earlier. Would you like to tell our one about your frivolous spending on PlayStation products? Or
So yeah, I have
PlayStation
the.
Prince.
Oh, shut your ass up! I have the PSVR 2. Haven't played anything on it yet, but yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Told you when they first announced that $600 price, I'm like, if that shit launched at 350, they would have had me. And down to 350, they had me.
now he's
So
calling uh John 76.
Omar.
John 7. Horizon Call of the Forward.
Call
that's fine.
Mm.
I call it Mountain. Call of the yeah. Well, wait. Oh, back. But
I'm
so
still talking. I'm just.
also gonna actually jumped in and you seemed the Prince. Um, what are your thoughts on PlayStation looking acquire more game power?
Don't care about the gaming portion of it. I only care about the anime distribution portion of it and the manga distribution. That's all I'm worried about. It's the only thing I don't like.
Yeah, so the anime
So I
thing,
don't have any gaming related objections to this. I 100% have anime and manga distribution objections
yeah,
related to this.
I've heard some of the international audience, us, because we're the international audience, voice their displeasure with the anime distribution. Doesn't a problem care about art, how I can, so it doesn't like art is relevant topic. I don't Kodakawa has much of a outside of
No, I'm not. No, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't follow as much.
that. I don't think they'll. If they do, it's probably still in Asia. But at the end of the day, I think Sony doesn't have the cash.
Well, they've done Gundam stuff though, bro. Like it's crazy. Like nah.
I don't think Sony has.
Oh, they did Dot Hack. They
Yeah,
did Hard Fight, Cowboy Bebop. Like nah, bro. I don't want them to own Cowboy Bebop. They can fuck right off with that.
Wait. They own Die Hack. Oh no. Oh god. I used to be
they
a big
own
Die
that
Hack
hack, or
fan.
they have the license to anime.
Which
They own the
one?
manga title. They published the manga title. They have the publishing rights.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
Man,
let's
Escaflowne, like bro, like no,
let's
there's so many things here I don't want them to have.
let's
I didn't even realize that how big they were. To be honest with you,
yeah, let's
I didn't
go
know they
ahead.
Record
owned
of
Cowboy
Lotus,
Bebop.
bro. Record of Lotus War.
Oh yeah, I
Come
love
on.
Record of
Uh,
Lotus. Let's go ahead and keep PlayStation and Sony for they can't take it up. They Kodakawa gets purchased by no,
Oh,
yeah.
and then they have Lunar. They have the rights to Lunar because they published it. So
Lunar
they have the
what?
publishing rights to Lunar 1 and 2. Or
Lunar Silver Star
Silver Star
Story?
Story and Eternal Blue. And Eternal Blue.
Mm.
Yeah. Know that Microsoft can't buy him. Kodakawa wants to purchase by Japanese to hurry up and
Started a Japanese LLC in Japan.
yeah, we need to figure out.
Let's get Kofi. Get Kofi to buy them.
You know who needs to buy? You know who needs to buy Kodakawa? Capcom, make that phone. Y'all do anime.
They made a little greedy lately. I mean, I do like Capcom for some of the stuff they do, but then the other half of Capcom is like the greedy side. They're like a 50-50 right now
Well,
in my
I would
eyes.
say probably. All right, so if we're looking at gaming / anime, gotta kind of Capcom or Bandai.
Oh shit. They also own Asmic Ace.
So I'm just
Really?
if anybody,
Yeah.
you know, and
You said
happens to
Bandai
listen
Namco.
Japanese connections, you know, tell Bandai and Capcom to get on Capcom Bandai buy Kodakawa. Let it fall in this.
I can't have this.
Because like, you know, I was watching. I was watching some George. I was watching George talking about Star Wars. I was Disney. You don't
Nah, Star Wars may not never return.
the moment they decided episode 7, 8, and 9. Yeah,
they could recover from 7, 8, and 9. It was more so like all these side stuff, and
the reason
they
that
actually had they had good concepts, but then like they just said fuck the lore, we're gonna do what we want.
that's why
And
7, 8, and 9 was the death of Star Wars. They broke the prophet.
mm, they did. But it was like it wasn't like broken in a big way. I mean,
But
they did break it pretty big, but it was like it was still fixable.
broke it in
But
a
now
way
it's
that
it's
that Anakin never actually brought down like prophet.
he did, and when he got rid of the Jedi for
So, but no, because you still had a Sith. You still had
yeah, and he took it.
that
He
Rey
took
had
care
to
of
defeat.
Palpatine, and then he came back, and then yeah, that
That's what
whole
I'm saying.
thing.
Kind of.
But in the end, it was recoverable because technically, Rey doesn't count as a Jedi. She never was official. So
I don't care that shit. Got the train with Jedi.
She does not know any lightsaber forms. That's why she swings her lightsaber so recklessly.
I mean, you can't really have no real Jedi's. If that's the case, you ain't had no Jedi's after episode. Luke wasn't all that with the lightsaber.
No, he wasn't. That's why his lightsaber combat skills were even little
Buns.
all over the place.
Buns, absolute buns. They weren't good.
If that's your argument, then Luke wasn't even a fucking Jedi because his lightsaber.
Well, I mean, he did practice the scrolls of Jedi, but his lightsaber skills were not like nowhere near on par.
But he did have force skills though.
His force skills were on point, but his lightsaber combat, I think he was like a Form 2 and Form 1, and it was just meh.
It was a paddle at best.
Yeah. And then not only
lightsaber training, he didn't get lightsaber training. Okay,
the most he got was deflection training at Form 1. Actually, no, Form 2. I'm sorry.
Yoda and Obi-Wan.
Yoda is a master of Form 4, and he was too old to teach him Form 4. Yeah.
Anakin. Episode 1, 2, 3.
No, episode 1 is trash, but it's okay.
I mean, it's compared to what we got. People went back to 1 and realized that it wasn't so bad as we thought it was.
I mean, I'm not a fan of 1 per se. It's like the gateway. I think I love it. Some people like kind of wish to watch.
Dark Maul. I mean, he was the one who.
I don't like how gullible Anakin felt falling into the dark side. Like that part of it, but like the combat and everything else. Like, I love the clone.
Oh yeah, that was his part of his MO. He was known to be extremely skilled with a lightsaber.
Yeah, and also the Dark Maul, he was the director of all the fight choreography, and he said it like he actually trained them in all sword fighting combat, and they said they were swinging them lightsabers so fast they were having a hard time animating the lightsabers because of how fast they were moving.
Yeah,
like it was pretty impressive. But we were way off topic, but
no, always the good part of Star Wars. I'm not a big Star Wars partner.
Nope, that trilogy had so much potential.
Yeah,
it sucks. It sucks. I think if JJ had did all 3, we would have got a better set of movies. That whole switching directors and then having to refix things that happened in the I just think it's too many chefs in the kitchen. No, look, I liked JJ's first movie. It was good because it was setting it up. Like, oh, we're about to get a Black Jedi, right? And then they threw that shit into the garbage disposal.
Yeah, that bait and switch. I was like,
oh, he's gonna be force sensitive, right? He's gonna be force.
Nah,
nope. We were wrong. We were supposed to get our Mace Windu.
Yep.
We ain't get him.
I'm good on that.
Yeah, and then not only that, he was an okay. Finn was an okay character as far as like a Han Solo type guy, but even still, it's just like.
All right, so I haven't watched everything Star Wars, admittedly, but I will say,
yeah,
episode 1, 2, and 3, Mandalorian season 1 and 2, Rogue One, Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, and to do with the
Boba Fett,
his solo.
Han Solo.
I'm a Han. Like I like those. Like if you were to ask me what my go-to are in the Star Wars, and I got a couple other Star Wars video games, but the story wasn't as in depth as Fallen Order and.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. I mean, we don't know what they're doing. The story they're making given characters force sensitive who should never be force sensitive, and they even said in the show, "Hey, you would never go into a Jedi Academy," but then you can do force push somebody like 30 feet. It just
Acolyte does not exist. Not acknowledge that.
that's not even Acolyte. That's actually Ahsoka Tano's show. The season 2, they ruined
Ashoka.
Ahsoka Tano. So Ahsoka show was actually getting characters from Star Wars Rebels on there, and they ruined one of the characters.
I didn't watch that either, even though I love the actress.
Oh no, she's hot. I don't care. She's hot. She's bad.
If you want to see her at peak, go watch Alexander. But yeah, I do act. Also great. Luke Cage, Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
Great. But yeah, I didn't. That's Mandalorian season 1 and
Yeah.
that was
Besides that, yeah, Acolyte Sisters and season 2 of Ahsoka Tano really just threw the lore into the deep end. It just said fuck it all.
That's why I left it alone, because once you start like, they don't know what to do with the Jedi. Disney does not know what to do with Jedi. Oh, Obi-Wan was fire. I forgot. Little Obi-Wan, 5-6
Obi-Wan was real good.
That was fire.
I'll give you that. Yeah, that was good. The fact him and his struggling while technically he's supposed to look over Luke and struggling with the fact that the Jedi Force was. I actually like that.
And when
He did. I don't believe he should have overpowered the Vader the way he did. But I do think he can outsmart Vader. But with the comes of force abilities versus force abilities, I don't think he's standing a chance against Darth Vader.
So I know in comic lore, he's all powerful and shit, but movie lore, the suit made him weaker, bro.
Well, yeah, we even in the comics they explain why the suit made him weaker.
There are things he can't do. He can't do force lightning because you need hands. You need real hands. You need organic hands.
Yeah. Apparently Palpatine made that suit as a weakness on purpose, and he hates it.
Exactly.
But we talked about Kodakawa. We talked about. I even heard some people speculate that Sony may be after Ubisoft some trouble, but we know you doesn't have that type of money. But
I mean, that's another topic.
That is another topic that we are going to roll into. We're going to talk all about Ubisoft struggle in regards to at times in regards to Defiant is announced closing down. So studios closing. I think the studios, one in San Francisco, one. They are closing 2 studios. They're about to get about 200. Coming in, they announced 3 they are eliminating purchases. No longer able to purchase the game, but you have it, you play it for like another 6 months. It's buy you play it. And yeah, once that time ends, it servers are no longer paid for. I no longer be able to play X. There were some talks about a toxic culture like that. The development and sustainment of the game. Developer Mark Rubin talked about success of how they were fast 5 million. They were turning and much of the last had canceled. So there's a lot of stuff on that Ubisoft heard about people inside board wanting to force to majority sell the company. Skull and Bone fail. There's a lot off with eBay. Last topic. Closure of X Defiant. Call of Duty.
Um, so I never got to play X Defiant. I saw good things about it, but like free to play game closing like that, it kind of sucks. It just tells you people really weren't moved to play it. In case, like, I don't know if it was a lack of content. Like, I don't get the context because I never play. I never touched it myself. Like, I wasn't gonna ditch Call of Duty for that. Sorry, free to play or not.
I hurting quality at first drop, quality drop.
Oh man, I'm so excited for that.
So I don't think the game was necessarily bad. I just think competition. It was a strong year of. We had a couple of strong entrants, live services that were direct at else actual quality. They don't have a money. Thoughts Fine.
Um, so I actually have played X Defiant, and I also have played Call of Duty. Of course, I played Black Ops 6. Actually, no, I am free to play it on my primary on my PC again. But
and you played First Defender.
yeah, and First Ascended, they got the waifu stuff. It's
That's what I'm saying.
you're not gonna it's gonna stay afloat no matter what. So about the biggest problem with X Defiant was not necessarily the gameplay, but a lot of people were complaining about the servers because of the high ping on the servers. Like, combat wasn't consistent, which means when you were shooting somebody, because of that high ping, even though your screen says you hit them, you probably didn't hit them. And by the time everything matches up with everyone's pinging all over the place, you're dead. It was a major that was a major thing that really hurt Axifine was the stability. I like the idea of having no in a way it was a double-edged sword. The no like algorithm as far as like matchmaking algorithm, it was good, but I think they in a way it's good and bad because it's good because you can get like you can get whatever matches you can want. The downside was you got a bunch of new players playing with a bunch of sweaty players. And when a new player that is trying to learn the ropes playing with a bunch of sweaty players that just knows everything, that is like doing 360 no scopes, jumping across the wall and ducking and just taking people out with like laser point accuracy, especially with the SMG guns and all those classes, it makes people not want to play. Like, no, like I understand that like the multiplayer games are tough, but if someone's getting into the game, there should be like a non-rank mode or a beginners friendly mode or something, just at least get people familiar with it and get the concept down for newer players, and then before they jump into like the high tier stuff. And it's just overall like as a Call of Duty killer, like it was not a Call of Duty killer, not far from it. As much as people talk shit about Call of Duty, especially with like the recent Black Ops 6 update and the Omni movement system they just recently released that also is now a Warzone, the movement system is way too good. It doesn't compete. Call of Duty is a much bigger franchise. Warzone is a much bigger franchise, and the fact that Warzone got the Omni movement update now, and a lot of people already hopped off of X Defiant, I was like, there is no fucking way in hell. It was a great concept. It just the biggest issue was they should have had that ping issue squared away from day one before they even thought about calling themselves a Call of Duty killer. And also the microtransaction, even though it's free to play, like I mean, if people ain't buying microtransactions, it would be a dud anyway. And people were not buying the microtransactions in that game. There was really no point to.
So, topic that great for zero to be here. A lot of people talking about toxic, and when I was, uh, 20, I don't think developers quite get that we're like high risk project that if it's not going well, your environment gotta get a job and not not toxic, making life toxic for the sake of saving your damn job. They were doing everything to get live. You guys think Ubisoft goes where they seem to be dealing with a lot of different struggles? Um, do you think they weather the storm and Ubisoft continues to Ubisoft covered gets up by a Tencent or I hate to think got scared away after their first try? Maybe
They
Apple.
No, Google next time Google provides a service like that. Actually, I think Google needs to focus on the mobile gaming market. They don't
Yeah,
need
that's what I'm saying.
they don't need to be touching main console.
I don't think Google would do it again, but Apple, Tencent, take hiring. Think think Soft finds a buyer because there are people out of soft development? Or do you think kind of just kind of stand pat, kind of whether kind of get back stuff that we love? Got a lot of great IP. They're just kind of not
Yeah.
really doing.
I mean, honestly, like, so actually, I do think that Ubisoft needs to go back to the drawing board and reevaluate their, not just like their, like reviving some IPs or just reevaluate just like their direction in general. I get it that they're taking risk, and I do appreciate that. I mean, Skull and Bones was a risk,
Yeah,
especially when you have Sea of Thieves, which was a flop. Heck, X Defiant was a risk. And they said that as a Call of Duty killer. Call of Duty still up. X Defiant out the window. Um, I do appreciate them for taking these risks. The fact that they lost a lot of this stuff, unfortunately, sometimes this stuff just happens. And I wouldn't be surprised if they start playing it safe. One thing they can do, they can start re-releasing some of their old games on different platforms that's not available. I mean, hey, you got Idlewild, the Asset Black Freedom Cry DLC, standalone DLC. You could bring that back, because people want to play as a black assassin, or Assassin's Creed Rogue, the black female assassin. I can't remember her name. That was on PC and a Vita. Heck, make it a mobile port. I mean, package it up and resell it to us.
1st.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we got the new Assassin's Creed that they're fixing up. I'm just saying, like, they got stuff they could do. If I were them, I would, only because I've been in the mobile market and I'm seeing the potential in it. And a lot of people are complaining about all the gotcha games in there, and they're slowly starting to get real games. I would start packaging some of these older titles as mobile ports. Our phones can start running them now. Assassin's Creed Rogue would be perfect for a mobile port. I'm just saying, because it was on the Vita. So I do think that they're going to go back to the drawing board. I do expect for that they're going to take a lot less risk because they took two big risks, and possibly just get some new management. So they're going to play it safe for a time being, and I don't blame them. They lost a lot of money.
Yeah. Okay. Your thoughts? Where does Ubisoft go? Know that they're inside of off want yourself told that 30 years of fighting fierce that not even say 5 years of when they're kind of getting back on the right track, or do you want to larger orbit?
Honestly, I'm starting to think it's with Ubisoft, it's a skill issue at this point, man. Whole company's inept. Doing the shit with Assassin's Creed, and then this free to play game closing. Like it's insane. Like they're just on a path to L's, man. Maybe they do need to get bought. Maybe there needs to be a shakeup.
Yeah.
Something's off.
Well, they ain't taking no risk, that's for sure.
Everything that they are putting out is just biting them in the ass.
Yeah, but the thing is, if someone were to purchase off as a thousand, probably drop four.
Nope. What I need is the technical leads for engine stuff and things like
And
that.
and a technical lead for game design. So if you like are to run engineer and stuff, as far as like lead, as far as like lead like director or something, those are definitely going to go. I could just see them
Yeah, like
going.
I want your lead tech guys.
Because it's
I want those guys.
only so many companies that could purchase off and
We're not.
Yeah.
I told you, we're not talking about retaining staff. We're just getting the tech leads
You just want to retain the people who are familiar with the gaming formula of
with the
their
tools.
games.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say it's not a lot of companies, but not a lot of companies that could do it. That's how I would.
I mean, uh,
I mean,
Ubisoft is
Sony
I,
makes sense. They can turn all their IPs into movies.
Sony makes sense. Sony can't even buy all the Kodak. Can't even buy all.
They could work out a
eh,
deal, man.
I'm about to say, I
They
mean,
still
unless they
make it.
undersell themselves for like dramatically a low price.
Still make it famous. Like that. If it's fan-
I'm just saying, I don't know. I mean, it sucks because I mean, they're all their recent creative titles and off the wall stuff flopped, and it's I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they could.
There's a lot of shit they can
I
bring
don't.
back. They can co-develop Splinter Cell with Xbox. Bring
I mean,
back.
they could. I was saying
Bring back
they got a
Watch
lot of older
Dogs.
titles.
They could.
I was
They could do
Watch
New
Dogs
Division.
Legions was man.
I know, but they could kind of reboot it. Watch Dogs.
Oh no, actually Ubisoft, never mind. Ubisoft's about to make a lot of money. Division is getting a mobile. There's a Division mobile coming out
I say they
soon.
can do stuff with Division. They got IPs that they can work with.
Yeah, I mean they do.
They don't have to solely be the Rainbow Six Assassin public.
Far Cry 2.
Far Cry, yeah. I mean they don't have to do a lot of stuff. I want to shout out RSJ. Came over from on gamers try to give Vitamin podcast a shot. But yeah, I mean I don't know where Ubisoft goes from here. I don't think they get purchased. I think they're too big. And I don't think I think the gaming purchase have kind of down as far as actually buy. That's kind of especially after Racer fiasco and Sony failure with one. I just company risk fire public. Outside of Microsoft, I think Microsoft is the only one that's crazy to add another public. They they has catalog, and what better way to do that? Have control.
maybe they need to sell off some of their titles and just focus on a select few, like, or maybe bring back Splinter Cell or Ghost Recon, shit that people
Yeah,
haven't seen in a minute, so
I,
that there's no fatigue
I
around it.
thought I thought we had a Ghost Recon in 2022. I thought it's like the new open world Ghost Recon. You talking about the old school
Are you
sneaking
talking about
around,
Wildlands?
or one of those? It was Wildlands
No,
was
that shit's
one.
old as fuck. They keep updating it though. It's not new.
Oh damn! I guess best ongoing game. uh,
Right. Like, hold on.
hmm. I mean, I don't know.
they got a lot of options. They do have a lot of options. I just don't think I think during the time that
Yeah, Wildlands came out in 2017, bro, and it's still getting updated.
I mean, but
They
Damn,
stop.
a live service game is
best.
supposed to go 10 plus.
It's not a live service, but you got to pay like $60 up
At
front
this
for
point,
it.
they're still updating live. Doesn't mean it's free to play. It's still ongoing. The live service, or it's a standalone live service.
All right.
We got Breakpoint in 2019, so technically it's been 5 years.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah. I don't know. I don't want them. I part of me doesn't want them to get by, but part of me wants them just to get new management and to like focus on what they did best. I'm not saying completely go to the past, because if they go to the past, other companies can make IPs that can mimic what they did and do it better, possibly.
I
So I'm
think the
not
only one.
saying
I
go
think the only
complete.
one. I think it's only one they go back to the past. Where I think at some point you gotta go back and visit.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that, but I think they just. I don't know. I mean, I can see they're going to play it safe. They're definitely going to play it safe if they don't get bought for the next couple of years. At least for the next 2 years, they're going to be playing the safe and probably re-releasing some old IPs that everyone loved,
I
just
would like to
so
see them
they
do a
can make
big
some profit.
rabbit.
I forgot all about that, man.
Rapids is popular. Kids like rabbits.
Mm.
The rabbits are, man, there's something.
Like that could be a
That
launch. That could be a Switch launch title.
could be. We haven't even had an official
I
announcement
mean,
for that.
they have to already be working late Friday. I think it's just out like here. I mean, but Switch games don't typically take a lot to develop, so it's not like 5 years development. This game, rabbits. I know
Mhm.
Mario. I know Mario rabbits. Rabbit. But that's it. Let's go ahead and jump to final topic. Today, I'm gonna timestamp one rolling topic. That's kind of what happened. You only got half your panel, but what we got? Like a 2 hour show. I'm not mad. So we didn't get a chance to talk about this. We're out for the holiday last week. But his first name escapes. Is it Shuhei? I don't want to pronounce it correctly. Shuhei Yoshida. Um, at one point he was the CEO of PlayStation. Um, then he got demoted head of India. But now he is stepping away. His PlayStation altogether. Um, and some of the discourse around his departure was initially that is him retiring. But we have since come to find out that no, he's very much looking to stay inside the industry and he just placed. So I'm gonna go to the Prince PlayStation. Uh once again, Jubei, since he wants to controversially PlayStation products, right? That are garbage. Um what are your thoughts on Shihei Ishida leaving, man? Like what's going on at PlayStation?
The changing of the guard, man. He's getting out. He's not even leaving the industry. He's just getting out of there.
He's getting out of the shit show that's taken place since Noki came down with the Iron Fist.
Yeah, maybe he sees something coming that we just don't as consumers.
Oh, I see everything.
Or being outside.
Their first party is a mess.
Yeah, it is. There's a problem. What if they sent all their money to Neil Druckmann and he has nothing?
They have a Herman Hulst problem. I don't think Herman Hulst how he or is and entire plate and giving and I think giving creative direction on what game does and doesn't want to make, being that he makes himself.
Okay, I just hope Wolverine comes out, man.
This point, who knows? I mean,
yeah,
that would be a lot of sunk cost to just completely abandon it. But having to remake the game all over again, that and have to give this juice worth there. I mean, there's a lot. Yeah, I can see very much why they would be interested in PlayStation in the current because the creative game process is not where him being the head of not able for exclusive content in the manner that he kind of to where Sony doesn't quite have that power anymore. So, like, what am I really like? I'm like, what big indie game have they locked up since? I guess either Stray or they got the Stars subscription service. That's probably the biggest indie they've had. Post they had a really good title. Spirit, right? That of a strong title. I think his impact that he could have at the kind of aren't looking the most positive side party first party report. What are your thoughts?
Honestly, like if you're leaving Sony because you see it as a sinking ship, so be it. I mean, you were the head of Sony at one point, so actually Sony was doing well when he was the head, right?
Yes.
Oh well, hey, if they demoted you and you saying you're on a sinking ship, I mean, I don't blame you. So, I mean, personally, like if you get demoted from a position, and then not only that, now the company's doing bad ever since you got demoted. Oh fuck yeah, I'm dipping.
Do you see him going over to the op? I think he goes over to the op. When I say the op, you know who the op.
I mean, I know. That would be funny. If he goes, I could see him going over to the ops, or he could have been playing backdoor for the past couple of months for all we know. He could have been the backdoor guy.
Corporate S. That would be a documentary on that one.
Yeah, like if he goes over to if he gets hired by the ops and then help the ops succeed because and root out the other Prince backdoors, another backdoor person we got, and just it's like it wouldn't surprise me, but I don't blame him. I don't think it's really much like a gaming related. I think it's more so just the state of Sony and the demotion. I would have leave too, to be honest. I mean, he seems like if he was around, I guess during the PlayStation 4 era and stuff, and it was thriving. Even though Xbox did shot themselves or Microsoft shot themselves in the foot with the Xbox One, I can't really say anything bad about him. I
Yeah.
could just say like
Also,
I understand.
he was he was the head of PlayStation at the beginning of the PS4 era. He was the guy that was on stage. They said this is how you share a game on PlayStation. That was him.
I can see that.
He was the one that the death nail the Xbox. Xbox had that funny message about sharing trading generation. Yeah, that was that was his. It was him, Sean Layden. They go him, Sean Layden, Trent. Uh, how that went
So what?
was Yoshida. Was Yoshida before or after that?
Oh fuck. I'm not sure. This is something we should know.
I mean, as now at X.
Nope.
Well, I can't say that because
Nope.
you did purchase that Galaxy Xbox. It's just been going on a spending fine. That's
I mean, damn. What? I mean,
he not,
maybe value in
yeah,
it.
he not even Black Friday shopping. Balling out of
And he's balling like that. He got more money than both of
just
us.
balling out.
Hmm.
I mean, PlayStation 5 Pro. I would have bought the 30th edition if I would have made it in like I tried to do. I would have got the 30th edition and a little limited edition joint. If I'd have got that.
I tried. I tried to
Yeah,
go for
but
that controller.
I
It
don't
wasn't
really
happening.
I don't really need a Galaxy. I just bought a second Xbox Series X last year.
So he was president of Worldwide Studios. Okay. So he wasn't in the vein of Kaz or Jack. It was something else.
Okay. I think I think I think that what Brian did now this is all within like a year because Xbox no Brian stepped down in April. Yes, it's all within a year. Um, I think there's a foreboding. There are big changes at least. Um, I don't I don't think it's all bad, but I don't like the direction place at.
I think they're playing musical chairs with leadership right now.
Yes, and
Which is wild.
right now, I get the perception that regardless of what's going on at PlayStation, I get the feeling that big Sony is think its interest best. Like I don't think they want to mess the current president that they are in the sense that they don't want to get any resources that they have to get. So I don't think they're interested. I don't think they're interested. This heavy first party lineup, $300 million budget. I they I think big Sony not interested in allocating those type of. They're more interested in it there. I think that ultimately that's really what we're seeing. The way that the games aren't haven't been heading to the point where Sony tries to turn PlayStation the console version of Valve, where PlayStation is just the biggest store on console, but it doesn't
Hey,
really make that first party.
we'll see. I mean, I can't say that completely. I mean, they did confirm working on a new handheld,
Yeah,
so they got.
but as a hand, like I said, I think they're committed to releasing hardware, but I think the I don't think they're willing to commit budget big game last God of War, uh, Ghost of Yote, Horizon. I don't think they're gonna commit that to a new IP.
Mm,
I don't think. Um, so I think the budget, especially after the con, you spent $400 million developing that. You're probably another 200-300 million acquiring. So same thing with Bungie, $1 billion. That's much. They've taken a lot of losses on the big things they took on that side of the business. Big effect. So I can kind of, I'm kind of like more so. We're, we're gonna become the team of the console where we'll still sell hardware or with store or a developer.
that would be interesting.
Because if you think about it, PlayStation 1, 2, and 3, if you think about all the games that you love for generation, right? 5, not
Mm,
think about the greatest games of the PlayStation 1 generation. How many or were PlayStation?
well, It was Square Enix still considered PlayStation first
No,
party back then on
it was
place.
never.
Mm. Crash Bandicoot
Square
apparently
Square
was.
made games for Nintendo first, bro.
Crash Bandicoot was for a time and sold it to Activision.
Yeah, Crash
Crash
Bandicoot.
1.
That was their mascot. Spyro was their mascot that did very well too.
I'm talking about your favorite. I'm
Tekken.
saying your favorite. Tekken was never there.
No, I'm going off my memory.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going off of what I played on there. You said Resident Evil was not.
Yeah,
that never was. Those are the only 3 games. The PlayStation 1, I barely played it because I only had it for like 6 or 7 months, and then the PlayStation 2 came out.
I played a ton of games, and I played the games that you mentioned, but most of the games that I played were not.
Oh, Metal. Damn, I can't remember that game with the crazy clown with the ice cream truck. Twisted Metal.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember I was playing that. I remember I chewed. Oh, I ain't gonna talk about that.
Then if you go to PlayStation 2, how many party titles?
PlayStation 2, SOCOM. I played all 4 SOCOMs. 1, 2, 3, and Assault.
Okay. I'm talking about your favorites. One franchise.
Kingdom Hearts 2.
That's not
even though that's
party. Not first
it's not first party, but it was exclusive.
That's my point. If you look at most of your favorite games throughout PlayStation up until PlayStation 4, then probably party on their storefront.
I see, but we'll see. Just make it hardware and then just convince companies to make.
If we really look at that's how they started out.
They just provide the console, provided maybe
Sega and Nintendo were the only big one. After Atari died, they were the only big ones that made consoles and games. It was only Sega. It was only Sega and Nintendo doing that. PlayStation, they came into the industry providing hardware that Sega and Nintendo couldn't, and they enticed developers to develop for the PlayStation. They weren't actually making games themselves at the time. Xbox was kind of the same way. They purchased Bungie. Outside of that, up
I
until
say it was two people who made it from like three different laptops.
yeah,
That's how they made the Xbox.
up until 360, they didn't really start acquiring first party studios. First party studios did acquire. They ended up Xbox era. Then they had to go back and start acquiring Sega, and they're the only ones that really always made hardware. They got out
I
the
see.
hard.
I see what you're saying. They basically you think so you're gonna say Sony is gonna just focus on hardware and then just reach out to companies to make games for their hardware. That's I can see that. I can see that.
I can see them going back that route. I can see them kind of going back to because
Hmm.
the games are so
They they are, but indie games are starting to lead. AAA games ain't doing so well. They're far few in between.
well. Indie games do well because you don't have to sell a ton to make your investment back.
Hmm. And
I mean, it's tough when you release a game and you literally have to sell 7, 8 million copies just money. Not like
I mean,
not
no
just
one
like
told you to hire them voice actors.
well for Sony it's mainly the license
Yeah.
because I mean if it do that global publishing deal or not you do that publishing Stellar Blade or you publish a deal with bit Rise of Konami to deal with them. So you gotta split them. You do a deal with Kojima, so there's a revenue split there. You know,
Hey.
so it takes more kind of type of investment project versus like
Mm,
everything being out. So there's less risk that you started unless it's a big hit. And
yeah.
they haven't done
Uh,
deals that have been a big hit outside of Helldivers. Helldivers is the only game that they support rights at a game
and it's
financial
still going
success.
strong.
Still going good.
Nah, I say strong.
Good. I
A
mean,
lot of people
they're
jump
around.
back in.
They're right. They hover around steady 20,000 all day, every day. Really,
Plus, it was a $40 game at launch, so
they're still doing. Um, yeah. Too bad. Do you think Yoshida may end up with the op? What? Oh, wait. Has start rolling. Oh. So boom. Appreciate you guys for coming through. I know I suck at asking, but if you have made it this far, hit the like button, share us out. Really appreciate you guys coming through. We're still kind of talking about it. Made a show Thursday itself, and I don't know if anyone's expressed a day after show reaction to the Game Awards. Um, Friday. Oh, that's not but we'll definitely on uh podcast. I've been kind of stuck past couple and this is a lot first day of um so kind of getting that rhythm having kids and just plus holiday. Bear with me, folks. My thumbnail game will be back back rocking this at right. But until then, well, as long as my panel find time slots available. Try to get shows in, but on Monday, look forward to more concrete announcements Monday. Game Awards show post, uh, post, or back on Monday. What's the difference between talking about it on Friday and talking? So just be on the lookout. Might get an extra. Might be. With that said, happy. Where can you find and what?
All right, just to let everyone know, it's glad for everyone to stop by and visit, for us, all of us to get back together over the holidays and just talk about gaming. If you want to find me, you can find me on YouTube. If you type in Nappy Senshi on the search bar, you will see the recent controller review I did was actually of a mobile controller. So if you are interested in mobile gaming, as you guys know, mobile gaming has been going up on the rise lately. Like it or not, it's here to stay, and people are buying controllers for their phones now. So
I mean, as
the easy,
Saturday,
that easy, yep, the easy SMX 15 M15 was a recent review I've done. I've gotten more controller reviews to do, such as Power A Fortnite controller, Game Search Tarantula controller.
Fortnite.
Look, oh god damn it, I'm choking, man. Shit. Also got the Game Sir god the Game Sir X3 Pro cooling foam mobile controller. So I got controllers of controllers of controllers to do. But you what's up?
So you find those reviews where?
On YouTube itself and Nappy Senshi. You also can find them on on X and on Blue Sky. I have made a Blue Sky account. I have went over because Blue Sky, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like the platform a little bit better, and it's easy to filter it. It's easier to filter out the content you want to see. And so that way I can, if I want to see game, and I can see game, and if I want to discover something new, I can go to the discovery section and get all the unfiltered BS. But it works a lot better. It's a lot less trolling, a lot less fake accounts, a lot less porn. So yeah, and a lot less people getting beat up.
Especially in regards to Twitter, we can all use less. Somebody posts a picture that you think is somewhat innocent, or they post a comment. Shit, you even click on an NFL post, they're posting corner. Can't get away from it.
Nah, yeah, X's. I don't know. Elon Musk, you need to do better, Elon. So, but yeah, anyway, it was a great show, and I'll see you guys next week.
And I am your host, Pharaoh. You'll find me next week. Same time, same place. Not same time, Monday. Find us Monday, standard time, 9 p.m. Yeah, come rock out with us. We'll have another topic for you. But until then, thanks for getting your weekly dose of that vitamin G. Are out.
All right.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone.
You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west
on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside. All alone.
Vitamin J, got what you need. Vitamin J, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin J. Discussing that heat in the street, and we got just what you need on Vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. Rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. Vitamin J.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone. I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J. Got what you need. Vitamin J. Got
All
what you need.
alone.
Vitamin J. Ayy. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. Rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. Vitamin J. Vitamin J. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J. Got what you need. Vitamin J. Got what you need.
All
Vitamin
alone.
J. Discussing that heat in the street, and we got just what you need on Vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. Rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. Vitamin J.
I'm on the outside looking in,